going to continue our math lesson from yesterday by starting to review what property we learned about multiplication, and that's the property of multiplying numbers by 0 and 1. So yesterday we learned that multiplying any number by 0 is always 0. So who can tell me what 7 times 0 is? Bridget? 0. Very good. And multiplying any number by 1 is always the same number we started with. So what about 9 times 1? Megan?
9.
So now, well, that was correct, and that was very good. And now we're going to learn a song that's going to help us remember this. And everyone's going to get lyrics, and you guys can all go home and perform it to your families. And we're going to be playing it in class again just to make sure that we're reviewing. And when we take our assessment later on in the week, that we get all of our answers for multiplying by 0 and 1 right. Thank you so much. And to make sure that everybody's understanding it, I want everybody to sing along. That's why I gave everyone the lyrics, okay? Just let me know if everybody has their lyrics. You can put your names on it. So give me a thumbs up when everybody has their lyrics.
I feel smart, I feel good, I feel smart, I feel good. I know my math, man, I know my facts. I know my math, man, I know my facts. I feel smart, I feel good, I feel smart, I feel good. I know my math, man, I know my facts. I know my math, man, I know my facts. Man, it's so easy to multiply, cause I can multiply, son, and I can divide. Like if there's 5 people, each has 2 eyes, how many eyes in all we multiply?
Multiplying by 0 is easy, man, cause a number times 0 is 0, man. 5 times 0 is 0, 8 times 0 is 0, 10 times 0 is 0. Think of it like this: if you had 10 people and each person had 0 cats, how many cats would you have in all? 10 times 0, 0 cats.
I feel smart, I feel good, I feel smart, I feel good. I know my math, man, I know my facts. I know my math, man, I know my facts. I feel smart, I feel good, I feel smart, I feel good. I know my math, man, I know my facts. I know my math, man, I know my facts.
Yo, check. When you multiply by 1, you get the same number that you started from. So 7 times 1 is 7. 11 times 1 is 11. Yo, Tragic, do another one.
Like if 6 kids each had 1 baseball, how many balls would they have in all? We can figure it out. It's so quick, cause 6 times 1 is always 6.
If you wanna learn your facts, do what I did. Listen to a song and memorize it. Then open your eyelids, look at a number. Yeah, you can multiply and divide it. If you didn't hear it, just rewind it. This math here is fun, oh, it's not a virus. I can teach the times tables to a pirate. He says, I'm the multiplying
I feel
pirate.
smart, I feel good, I feel smart, I feel good. I know my math, man, I know my facts. I know my math, man, I know my facts. I feel smart, I feel good, I feel smart, I feel good. I know my math, man, I know my facts. I know my math, man, I know my facts. Ha.
So by a show of hands, who liked learning multiplication this way? Me too. So that's why whenever we move on to a different concept of multiplication, we're always going to incorporate a new song to help us remember. So now we're going to move on to even bigger multiplication problems. So who can read this problem aloud for me? Liz?
5 times 3.
5 times 3. Okay, so it's important to remember that when we're multiplying, we need to know what the numbers mean. So the first number always means the number of groups. And the second number always represents the number within each group. to help us find our product, which is the answer. So right off the bat, does anybody know what the answer to this multiplication problem is? Bridget?
15.
Very good. Okay, so some of you guys might not know that, but that's okay. That's why we're going to learn it. Okay, so we know that we have 5 groups. So let's draw 5 groups. And there's 3 in each group. So let's put a tally in each group. And you guys are really good at addition because we just did that. So can we count by 3s together to find the answer? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Very good. So let's do another one. So everybody remember, so what's the first number represent? And the second? And the answer is also called the very good. Okay, so let's do another one. Let's do 4 times 5. So who wants to come up here and draw how many groups we have? And how many are going to be in each group? Catherine, do you want to come up and write your tallies in and count them for us? Okay, so everybody, let's count together by 5s. Ready?
5, 10, 15, 20.
Very good. So does anybody have any questions with this model of multiplying? No? Okay, great. So now we're going to do an individual activity, and we're going to make great decorations for our classroom to show all of our guests how great we are at multiplying. So I'm going to pass out little sheets of paper for everyone with multiplication. And I'm not sure if I have enough glue sticks for everybody, so some people are going to have to practice sharing. So everyone's getting little tabs of paper with a multiplication problem. And who wants to volunteer to read one of their multiplication problems? Catherine?
7 times 3.
Okay, so how many groups does that mean we're going to have?
7 groups.
Awesome. And how many are going to be in each group?
3.
Great. So for this exercise, the number of groups is going to represent how many colors we have in our chains. And the second number is going to show how many of each lengths we have. So everyone's going to take a glue stick. And I want you guys to start working on your chains and putting them together to find the product. So if anybody has any trouble or any questions, just let me know and I'll be walking around to see how you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Each color is going to represent a Here, so I can do an example one too. Okay. So my problem is 9 times 2. So I'm going to have 9 different colors. And I'm going to have 2 of each color. So together I'll glue them. And then I'm going to have my final product, which is going to have all my groups of 2, which is going to equal, does anyone know the answer of 9 times 2? Wow, you guys are so smart. Just going to class on the side. guys separated your groups into colors to make it easier. So what's your problem?
5 times 3.
And do you know what that answer will be?
15. I know.
You know, we might not have enough time for everybody to finish, but that's okay because we're going to come back to this tomorrow. Everybody keep working. I'm going to give you about 3 more minutes. Do you already know what your answer's going to be? Did you count by tens or twos? So I don't know if we're going to have enough time for everybody to finish, so we're probably going to have to come back to it later in our free time. But I'm really excited to show everybody how well you guys are doing at multiplication and to keep going with this tomorrow.